5 seasons in, we meet a kid more powerful than most archangels, destined to be Lucifer's right hand, and then he just vanishes. But what if Jesse Turner never ran? What if this Cambian Antichrist looked at his demon heritage and said, "Not today, Satan," literally? The boy who could rewrite reality itself, choosing to fight alongside the Winchesters. That's not just changing the game, that's flipping the entire board. Think about it. Jesse Turner was supposed to help end the world. Instead, picture him knocking on the bunker door, telling Sam and Dean he wants to save it. This isn't some random kid we're talking about. This is someone who can kill angels just by thinking about it. Someone who can make demons disappear with a word. Someone who scared Castiel so much that our favorite angel wanted to kill a child. But here's where it gets interesting. What happens when the most dangerous being on Earth decides he doesn't want to be dangerous anymore? What happens when pure power meets pure choice? Today, we're diving deep into how Jesse Turner joining Team Free Will would have changed everything we know about supernatural. Trust me, you won't see the apocalypse the same way again. Let me start by telling you who Jesse Turner really is. Born on March 29, 1998, Jesse is what they call a Cambian, half human, half demon. His story begins when his mother Julia Wright got possessed by a demon, but managed to kick it out during labor. She almost killed baby Jesse because she was scared of what he might become. But she did it, and that choice would haunt everyone later. Now here's where things get crazy. According to Castiel, Jesse can destroy the host of heaven with a single word. We're talking about an 11-year-old kid who can wipe out all of heaven's army just by speaking. Jesse's powers rivaled archangels by warping reality, commanding demons using telekinesis, and teleporting with one thought. This isn't some weak monster of the week. This is a nuclear bomb in a child's body. When Sam and Dean first meet Jesse, he's just a regular kid playing video games. But weird things keep happening around him. He possesses the power to make his thoughts a reality. Whatever Jesse believes becomes real. If he thinks monsters are real, they appear. If he wants someone gone, they disappear. It's that simple and that terrifying. Castiel shows up and drops the bomb. Jesse is the Antichrist. According to Castiel, he was destined to become the Antichrist and aid Lucifer in the war against heaven. The angel wants to kill Jesse right there. But Sam and Dean? They give him a choice. They tell him the truth about what he is and let him decide his own path. Jesse chooses to run away. He disappears, probably to Australia, leaving everyone wondering what could have been. But what if he didn't run? What if Jesse Turner looked at his destiny and said no? Picture this scene. Jesse shows up at the bunker 3 years later. He's older, stronger, and tired of hiding. He knocks on the door and tells Sam and Dean he wants to help save the world instead of destroying it. The brothers who gave him free will in the first place would welcome him with open arms. While Lucifer is on Earth, Jesse is so powerful that he could accomplish most things by verbally saying it, whether it be shushing a low-level demon or exorcising it, just by commanding it. Imagine Jesse walking into a room full of demons. He doesn't need salt circles or holy water. He just says, "Leave," and they're gone. No fight, no struggle, just instant victory. Dean would love having Jesse around. Finally, someone who can handle demons without breaking the sweat. Sam would be fascinated by Jesse's powers but worried about the kid's mental state. And Castiel? He'd be torn between his old orders to kill Jesse and his new understanding of free will. Here's where Jesse joining Team Free Will gets really interesting. Lucifer wants Jesse on his side because the kid can destroy heaven. But what if Jesse uses that same power to protect it instead? The entire apocalypse storyline flips on its head. Lucifer's plan was simple. Get Jesse to help him win the war against heaven. But with Jesse fighting for the other side, Lucifer loses his biggest weapon. Castiel informs the brothers that Jesse has the power to destroy heaven and must be killed. Now imagine that same power being used to protect heaven from Lucifer's army. Jesse could have ended the apocalypse in one day. He could have looked at Lucifer and said, "Go back to your cage," and it would happen. The 5-season arc about stopping the apocalypse? over before it really began. But here's the thing that makes this scenario so powerful. Jesse isn't just a weapon. He's a kid who has to live with being called the Antichrist. Joining Team Free Will wouldn't just change the plot. It would change Jesse as a person. Living with the Winchesters, Jesse would learn what family really means. He'd see how Sam and Dean sacrifice everything for each other. He'd understand that being powerful doesn't mean being alone. Most importantly, he'd prove that destiny doesn't control you. You control your destiny. Castile argued all those years ago that Jesse needed to be killed, but Sam and Dean argued and fought for full transparency and wanted to give the kid a choice. That choice to trust Jesse instead of fearing him would pay off in the biggest way possible. Jesse joining Team Free Will would change everything about Supernatural. Heaven and hell would both be terrified. Angels would have to rethink their entire strategy. Demons would scatter the moment they heard Jesse Turner was hunting them. But the biggest change? Sam and Dean would finally have backup they can count on. No more close calls with demons. No more praying Castile shows up in time. Jesse could teleport to them instantly if they're in danger. He could heal their wounds with a thought. He could make their enemies disappear without anyone getting hurt. The show would have to find new ways to create tension. You can't have the same life or death situations when one member of your team can rewrite reality. But imagine the new stories they could tell. Jesse struggles with the temptation to use his powers for selfish reasons. The brothers taught him that with great power comes great responsibility. Jesse learning that sometimes the right choice is the hardest choice. In the end, Jesse Turner joining Team Free Will represents the ultimate victory of choice over fate. Here's a kid literally born to be evil, destined to end the world, prophesied to serve the devil himself. And he looks at all of that and says, "No thanks, I'd rather save people." That's the heart of Supernatural right there. The idea that who you are isn't determined by what you were born to be. It's determined by what you choose to do. Jesse Turner choosing to be a hero instead of a monster would have been the perfect example of everything the show stands for. The Antichrist becoming humanity's greatest protector? That's not just a plot twist. That's poetry.